It is 12:04 right now. Happening at this time, the demolition of the Webster mill has begun in North Attleborough. We have our ABC6 reporter Yanni Tregellis joining us live right now. He has more information on when demolition is expected to wrap up. Yanni.
Yeah, good afternoon, Carter. Well, the Webster mill looks a whole lot different than it did this morning when we last spoke. The demolition getting started at about 9 o'clock this morning, and in just a few hours you can see most of the building already been knocked down by the crews out here. Now, this part directly behind me, that is the one that Town Manager Michael Borge says was one of the most dangerous parts when they looked into it and inspected the building and had an imminent risk of collapsing and potentially risking a lot of injuries. The demolition of the Webster mill is underway in North Attleborough. Crews taking down part of the mill that had been deemed unsafe after a recent inspection by town officials.
We saw the roof had collapsed on the top and started putting pressure on the outside walls. That's what really drove us to the decision today to make it safe.
The town says they contacted the owners of the building last week, informing them of the safety risks with the mill, fearing parts of the building could fall into the main road on Broadway at any moment, and gave the owners 24 hours to come up with a plan to fix the building, or the town would move forward with tearing it down. And at 9 a.m. Monday, the first of the excavators starting the demolition.
I'm surprised it hasn't fallen down a long time ago.
A few dozen community members lining the streets to watch the 126-year-old mill be torn down. Once a beauty spot on Broadway turned to an eyesore after the old jewelry mill closed down and was left unattended.
I mean, the kids were in there, it was dangerous. You know, kids would break in, get in there, and everybody was afraid that people would be getting hurt or be falling down, catching on fire.
Throughout the demolition process, crews also pouring water on the building and debris to protect from any contamination from pests or asbestos in the building. Those contamination concerns raised by some in town, but as Town Manager Michael Borge says, the plan they have in place to keep it from spreading allowed them to move forward.
I think it's been a very positive response from the community because the town has been waiting a very long time for this to happen, right? We are finally at a point, because it is private property, right, that we were able to take action to preserve public safety and public property.
Right now, the detour route has been extended from Richards Avenue to Roosevelt Avenue. Detour signs are posted at Eddy Street, allowing residents to go downtown or take Roosevelt Ave to continue on to Broadway. And only residential traffic will be allowed on Broadway between Roosevelt Ave and the corner of Bank Street. Bank Street will also be closed to through traffic with a detour at Ralph Street. The extended detour will be in place until 5 in the evening tonight, then begin at 7 tomorrow morning as the town continues the demolition. Now, Town Manager Michael Borge saying that the estimated cost of this detour right now is about $40,000 that will be covered by the town. He also says that once this detour is this demolition, is complete, they'll get started on the cleanup process of all the debris here, and then they'll work to plan on what's going to come into this land next. We're live in North Attleborough. Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.